we're taking you to the 2023 K-Love Fan Awards. Get your grill on. We're giving you a behind-the-scenes look of TCN's new barbecue cooking competition. And later, we take you inside a huge George Strait hit with songwriter Steve Dean.
Plus, we're hanging out with Caitlyn Smith backstage at one of her tour stops on the cusp of a brand new album.
From the humidity capital of the world, Nashville, Tennessee, this is an air-conditioned episode of Nashville Insider. Hey everybody, and welcome to Nashville Insider. I'm Casey Mason, here to bring you what I would call a wide variety in the world that we know and love, country music. And what better place to start than the Grand Ole Opry, where we find our own Jennifer Vickery on the red carpet at the 2023 K-Love Fan Awards.
We are at the 10th annual K-Love Fan Awards, celebrating the best of entertainment in Christian music.
Come on, let's go. I'm diving in. I'm going deep. In over my head, I wanna be caught in the rush, lost in the flow.
We're at the K-Love Fan Awards tonight. I'm feeling jazzed and ready to go.
Okay, when you look around, I mean, Stephen Curtis Chapman's like right behind you.
Don't tell me that. Is he looking at me right now? I'm just kidding. No, it really, it's the K-Love Fan Awards involves me being a fan a little bit here too. And so like these are guys who the reason I'm doing music is because some of these guys on this carpet with me, and so the fact that I get to call them friends now and cheer each other on tonight, that makes for a real good night for me.
The best thing about the K-Loves are the fans. Like just driving up just then and having everyone have so much joy and enthusiasm around what you do and the songs that you're able to bring into the world, there's nothing like it.
Are y'all in a zen mode, or are you like so pumped tonight?
Oh gosh, I'm probably too focused. I need to loosen up. So that's what we're here with you for.
Oh, I love it. You know what? Can we do the remix of I'm So Blessed? Whether it's your, like right now? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ready? All right, here we go. Whether it's
your best day, your worst day, some Tuesday, or your birthday. Every day's a good day. Now let me tell you why. You got air in your lungs, you got blood in your body, you are a child of God. Come on and sing it, somebody. Oh!
Now that worked. That helped me shake. Y'all feel good?
Much less zen
you're
now.
Loosened up and all. What about for you personally, being in the country world and then getting to dip your toes a little bit into purpose-filled music and being able to sing about your faith?
Absolutely. If I could dip into another genre and get to be a part of it, it would definitely be this one for me. I am a very Bible-believing Christian. My husband is as well. That's how we raise our family and my kids. And honestly, with my first album, even though I am in country music, I did come out with a Christian song on my album with Shane and Shane on it. And so I absolutely love songs and respect them so much that talk about the goodness of the Lord, and I'm just glad to be here.
Mac Powell gets my vote for best dressed on the red carpet. You look so good.
I appreciate that. You look pretty great yourself.
Thank you so much.
I think that I'm going to quote you on that and make sure I say it to everybody.
You go to your next interview and just say, she told me I was best dressed. In our periwinkle dresses, the difference in the two of us, though, is this girl is nominated, she's performing, and she's presenting. What a year you've had, Anne.
Thank you. It's been amazing. Such a blessing. Yeah.
I'm so excited for you. Tell me about just taking part in the K-Love Awards. It's the 10th year. Yeah. So much has happened for you, and to represent so much that is about Christian music is an amazing thing.
It is. It's so amazing. I'm so grateful. I think just coming together with all the artists and worshiping God, and then also getting to meet the fans, it makes the K-Love Fan Awards very unique and especially set apart from all the others.
I'm blown away. I can't believe, I mean, it's so redeeming and so healing to be back here and just to be with a song that I wrote for a few girls, that to let them know that they're loved and let them know that they're that God is paying attention and He likes them and He loves them, and then
there's a whole lot of girls that needed to hear it, and obviously it found a bigger platform, right?
Yes, totally. I feel like it's the people that come up to me with stories about what the song has done. I'm just like, that would be God.
For a list of all of tonight's award winners, go to KLoveFanAwards.com.
Thanks, Jennifer. And in case you missed them, you can still watch the awards streaming on TCN'S free app. All right, get ready for your mouth to water, because Nashville Insider's Jacqueline Stapp got to experience the Barbecue Country Fest and the taping of a very special new cooking competition series.
I'm here with Mr. Doug Hassel, one of the fabulous sponsors of Country Barbecue Fest 2023. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm loving this aroma of barbecue.
I'm over in Texas normally,
Yeah.
Tennessee. Y'all have some beautiful weather here.
Is it?
I love it.
This is exciting. We're here with the finalists. Going to be on the Country Network. Talk to me about today. This is exciting.
Okay, so today we have our top 4 finalists. So we've been filming for several days. We started with 12 cooks, we got down to 6, and then we got down to 3, and now we're filming the final to see who's going to be barbecue champ.
Sliding glass door is always open. Beer cooler is never closed. Barbecue pit is always smoking. Just your average James and your average Joe.
This is exciting that people are here. They want to predict the winner. What do people expect with a grill master? Is it about texture, appearance, taste, overcooked, undercooked? What determines a winner?
Okay, so our show's a little different than a lot of the barbecue shows out there. We took regular backyard cooks and we had your famous barbecue pit masters mentoring them. So every backyard cook has a mentor, and they followed them all the way through the series. And so the mentor gives tips to the backyard cook, and they've learned a lot. The mentors, I know, have learned a lot from the backyard cooks too, and they've formed a friendship that's going to last forever. And so, you know, it's all about the taste at the end. And we do it in a family style setting. When we do the judging, they bring it in, and it's like a backyard barbecue cook, and everybody's sitting around the table, we're taking bites, and everybody's talking about it.
You know, there's something special about barbecue, sitting around, the camaraderie, the conversations. It's not just the barbecue, it's the friendships and the conversations that come along with it and the relationships.
That's all American. It's just all American, good, clean, family fun, which we need to spend more time together, and this is the way to do it.
So I find it so fascinating. Not only a sponsor, a family-owned business. Talk to me about Hassel Cattle Company and the meat.
All right, Hassel Cattle Company. We're located over in East Texas, and we're just a small family farm. It's just the family. We have no employees other than the family, and we're growing Wagyu beef, no hormones, no antibiotics, and it's real high prime beef, and we're shipping it all over the United States.
Well, thank you so much, Doug, for chatting with us, and thank you for all you do as a sponsor. We can't wait to see who's going to win the show.
I'm on pins and needles. It's look at all the smoke out here, and it smells so good out here.
It is.
All right, so
It's delicious.
So we'll wrap up, and then we're going to find you a bite of Wagyu beef over here.
I would love that. I would love that. That would be awesome. Thank you again.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Well, while our team was on site at the Barbecue Country Fest, we also got to chat with the one and only John Party. Take a look.
I'm here with John Party. How are you doing?
I'm great. Beautiful day out.
It is. Are you smelling this aroma? This is pretty awesome.
It smells so good. I know people are going to have some good treats later when these guys get done, and guys and girls, so it's exciting.
Well, it's no secret you have an affinity for whiskey. Talk to me about Party Bash with the bourbon and the whiskey and how all that came together.
Well, Buffalo Chip kept reaching out, trying to, and I was like, man, every country singer has got some liquor or something they want to put their name on. And at first I wasn't really interested in, and then they were like, well, just give me a list of bourbon and whiskey, and I like bourbon and whiskey. So I had, rolled it out. I said, I want to taste. I gave them 6 top ones, and they came back and they had 6 batches, and all the batches were great, but the 112 stood out, and it was really good. So it was good enough to all right, let's partner up, let's get this out of here, because it's it's something you can't give up on. You can't just be like, I'm putting my whiskey out. That's not going to work. It's going to fail. So you got to come out, you got to push it. But for me, I don't want to push something that sucks. So it's really good. It's fun. So
Well, you've got a lot of positive feedback, a lot of people excited. Thank you for all you do and your music and everything. You're multifaceted. So it's great to chat with you. Enjoy the day and hope you have some great barbecue.
Barbecue country.
John Party, guys.
Coming up on Nashville Insider, Caitlyn Smith joins us. She's got a new album out. We're talking highs, we're talking lows. Don't miss it.
I'm at CRS 2023. We got a lot of excitement and action going on. I'll be chatting with some awesome artists. Stay tuned.
And right after the break, Thomas Rhett is on the show. We take you to a #1 party of his latest big hits. We're back with more Nashville Insider. I'm Casey Mason. Thanks so much for staying with us. Now, typically when an artist hits #1 on the charts, they celebrate with a big party, but Thomas Rhett hits #1 so many times that his team can't keep up. And that's why we're on hand to celebrate 7, yes, that's right, 7 #1 TR songs at the same time. Remember You Young, Beer Can't Fix, Be a Light, Half of Me, What's Your Country Song, Country Again, and Slow Down Summer. Thomas Rhett told us about the trend he sees with his music.
I don't know if this is the same way for every artist, but I do feel like my songs take on more of a life after they're hits than when they are hits on the radio. I don't know if it's like a time thing of, you know, if a song goes into recurrent on the radio, it just starts to embed in people's heads a little bit more, or, you know, even people that never even heard it when it was on the radio and randomly discovered it, and it hit them at a certain time in their life. But I think, you know, going back into these songs like, you know, Be a Light is one of these songs, and Remember You Young is one of these songs, and I feel like a lot of these were very heartfelt type music that really kind of stemmed from 2019 to now. You know, I think the pandemic had a lot to do with how some of these songs were written. Country Again was written in my basement on Zoom, you know, right after the world shut down, and everybody was like, why do we have to do this over a computer? And so definitely a little bit more of a heartstring group of songs than maybe the last batch, because I feel like the last batch was written in full context of being on the road in the party show environment, and a lot of these are written very secluded.
Thomas Rhett is currently on tour across America, culminating in 2 back-to-back shows at Nashville's Bridgestone Arena, September 29th and 30th. Well, it was big stars and up-and-comers who were on hand at this year's country radio seminar. Nashville Insider's Jacqueline Stapp got to chat with some you'll know and some you'll want to know.
So we're very excited to talk to all of you guys. Your new EP, Marlboro and Avon, awesome record. Talk to us about that process and what's going on and where you're at today and what's ahead.
Well, it's our first new music in almost 20 years. So we had a slight break. We're well rested after all these years, but we wanted to come with some new music instead of just going back out on tour and touring with only the hits from the 90s, which we still love to play and enjoy, and we play them every night. But it's nice to have some new music, and so we just started the process like we did years ago. Started looking at songs, wrote a couple songs, found a couple songs, and that's the process. Went in the studio as a band, recorded everything together like we used to do in the very beginning, and it started coming together really well. You know, we were inspired and encouraged by what we were hearing and the way the songs were slowly starting to come together, and that's where we're at now. We're out. We have a little single, Marlboro's and Avon, at radio. It's doing well and getting some airplay, and we're on the road touring, so it's life is good all these years later.
So talk to me about your incredible single, A Little of Both.
Yes, so A Little of Both actually released about 2 weeks ago, and I got to go down in studio with Mr. Sal Oliveri and record that song, and he is actually the one that pitched that song to me. And I feel like a lot of people out there will be able to relate to this song in their own way. You know, in life, whether you have 2 things that are on the same realm or 2 things on completely opposite spectrums, who's to say that you have to pick just one? You can have both.
You've been known as just very progressive. You push the envelope, you speak your mind, you share how you feel. Where did this inspiration come from?
Oh, thank you. That's like a high compliment. I think the people that I love to listen to push the boundaries, and they kind of redefine what country music can look like, and sometimes that's by going kind of backwards in a traditional sense. Sometimes that's by pushing the envelope.
Girls like you don't stay single, take no time with moving on.
And doing stuff writing-wise and hook-wise and production-wise that you never heard before, and that's the stuff that lights me up. So I feel like as an artist, that's the stuff I want to make, and I kind of keep doing it over and over.
So where does your songwriting inspiration come from?
Life. I think just life in general. I love pulling raw emotions and also pulling things that I've been through and experiences. It's important to me to share what's in my heart and to be true, and so that's kind of where I stem from and I pull from for songwriting.
Thank you for chatting with us. So you are multifaceted. Former athlete, MMA, podcast host, beauty queen, and incredible country artist. Wow.
I know, it's crazy. Every time I think about my life or we talk about it, it's like I've lived multiple different lives in a short amount of time, and it's just been so much fun.
What is your drive?
I think my drive is just to find my passion and keep going for it and just don't stop. And I feel like a lot of times we can get stuck into something because society says you need to stay in that, don't do this. And for me, I'm like, I want to see what life has to offer me. I want to go for it and do it.
What would you say to a young girl wanting to get into the music industry, the wild, wild west? You know, it's predominantly male, owned. What would you say?
Yeah, find your thing that makes you stand out and makes you different and move to Nashville because it probably won't happen if you're not here.
What are you loving most about Nashville these days?
Oh, I love Nashville. I love being included on Music Row after so many years of grinding it out, just trying to get my foot in the door and finally feeling like I'm a part of the professional community, which is, I know I use the word humbling a lot, but it really is.
Thanks, Jacqueline. Coming up, Caitlyn Smith joins us from one of her tour stops to chat about music and, most importantly, family. And right after the break, we're going inside the song with Steve Dean and his George Strait mega hit. We'll see you after the break. We're back, and next up, it's time for one of our favorite features, Inside the Song. And this week, songwriting legend Steve Dean breaks down how his George Strait hit Roundabout Way came to be.
Okay, Will Nance and I wrote that song together. Will and I met probably in about, I don't know, 94, somewhere along in there, 95, I think 94. And we hit it off pretty well, and we started working on some songs together. And what we used to do was all songwriters that I know, this was really before we had laptops in every writing session, but we would have these, I had this envelope and he had an envelope that was full of song ideas that was written on a little piece of paper, you know. And so he asked me if I had an idea, and I was looking through mine. He goes, well, I got some right here too. He started naming off some of his, and I was listening to him, and they were just a normal song sounding idea, and he said something, then he like, I love you baby, Roundabout Way, something, you know, and I went, hey, go back to that Roundabout Way, man. That's got a ring to it.
I don't let her memory rule the night. For the most part, I'm okay. But I still miss her in the roundabout way.
Well, in 1981, when I first heard George Strait singing on the radio, I thought, who is that guy? I really loved that style. And then a few years later, I'd hear a different song, and I'd like, who is that guy? That's really good. And it'd be George. I mean, his voice changed a little bit. He would change his voice on certain songs. And but Will and I, when we first got together, we talked about what artists that we really, really loved in country music. And both of us, George Strait was at the very top. You know, I tell this when I'm on stage playing shows, and I'll talk about this song. I'll say, you know, you say you're going to write, writers get in the room, they say, well, let's write a song for George Strait. And 99.9% of the time, George Strait probably is not going to hear that song. But this 1%, we got lucky and he did. It was a great cut, really was a great cut. It's the first track on Carrying Your Love With Me, that CD. Then it got on the latest, greatest hits, 50 number ones, and then 60 for 60. So it's been on all of those. You know, we did get to meet George one time, and that was good to say, for him to thank us for the song.
Look for lots more editions of Inside the Song coming soon on Nashville Insider.
My name is Adam Wurtzel. Her name is Caitlyn Smith, and you do not want to go anywhere. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina, meeting Caitlyn Smith on one of her tour stops when Nashville Insider continues.
Well, you're inside another Nashville Insider. I'm Casey Mason. Now, we may tape in Nashville, but our teams, well, they have the ability to travel all across America. And Adam Wurtzel did just that to meet up with Caitlyn Smith.
We are backstage at the beautiful Visual Light Theater in Charlotte, North Carolina. Who would have thunk it? Me, our videographer, Caitlyn Smith, all here in the Queen City at the same time. That's what it's called,
blessing.
the Queen City.
The Queen City, I didn't know that. Well,
There
here
you
we
go.
are.
Your knowledge of the day. Caitlyn Smith, one of the best songwriters in the world, I will say, joins us. Nice to see you, Caitlyn.
It's so good to see you too, in Charlotte.
In Charlotte.
So excited for the show tonight.
Big tour, big album. First you gave us high, now you're
Yep.
giving us high and
The
low.
whole thing, baby, all the emotions.
Tell me all about all these emotions and all these great new songs.
Man, thank you so much. Well, the project was originally going to be a full-length album. I thought at first it was going to be just all the high songs, and then you flip the vinyl and it's all the low songs. And then as I was writing the record, I realized, you know, even the high songs are still wrapped in ribbons of pain, and even the low songs are still somehow like there's bittersweetness in them. And so I'm like, they all need to be mushed together. And so I released High, but then when I released this entire record, kind of mixed up the track listing, but it's the experience of the human emotion. The highs and lows and everything in between.
There's a song on the album, writing songs, raising babies. That's exactly what you're doing. Tell us about that song.
Yes, that's correct. I've got two boys right now, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. And of course, they're rambunctious and it's wonderful and lovely. We bring them on the road. And writing songs and raising babies is a song just about the beautiful circus that my life is, and how some days my life is a complete disaster, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
You're an incredible singer, incredible songwriter, and obviously you also write songs for a slew of other people. Is there a difference between writing songs for other people versus knowing these are the ones that I'm going to sing?
Absolutely. When I'm writing for myself, you know, it's usually, I mean, it's more introspective. I'm digging into my own memories, feelings, thoughts, perspectives, right? Kind of pulling them out of my own heart. When I'm in the room with another artist, I have a different job, and that's to kind of be the therapist on the other end of the couch, to be someone who's pulling it out of them, the best song and really the truest truth that I can get from them. That's my job. And so it really is wearing two different hats. And you know, sometimes I get tired and sick of writing for myself, and I just, you know, I love to flip-flop in between. It helps me not get bored. So
when I think of some of the best songwriters in the world, Lori McKenna comes to mind. And you've written with Lori McKenna. As someone who's such a prolific songwriter as you are, is it nerve-wracking writing with somebody like Lori?
I mean, Lori's she's so non-intimidating. Right. Like, she's just, her energy is like so lovely. But I for sure, when I write with Lori, I for sure like want to show up with like ideas. I want to be prepared. Like, I want to be on my A game, so we can write the best song possible. But there's definitely been times where I've like been in the room with, you know, Hall of Fame writers, and it's a little scary. I don't know, but you just got to push past that and just try to find the song anyways.
There you go. Good advice. Caitlyn Smith, thank you so much for joining us here on Nashville Insider.
Thank you for having me, and enjoy the show.
All right, thanks, Adam. Well, we leave you today with Graylin James and 2 Years Back. I'm Casey Mason. We'll see you next time on Nashville Insider. See you, everybody.
I'll burn some bridges, undo some things, but I wouldn't touch 2015 or 16. I'd rewrite some history, rewind some lows. Oh, but honey, you should know I wouldn't change a minute of the million with you in them. They're the best I think I'm ever gonna have. Sure, I take back the words that made you give back all my shirts and all the hurting after that, but I wouldn't take our 2 years back. Wouldn't take them back.